560-5589, 560-KKTX. Chief Floyd Simpson in the box.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you scheduled for council today with all the water? We're going to ask you not to wash the police cars.
Yeah, I was listening to some of that. And I just admire my bosses in the council. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that.
I'm glad I don't have to. I'm glad I don't have to do it.
It'll be an interesting conversation.
Probably the luckiest thing that ever happened to me was, I don't know if it was luckier for me or luckier for the city staff. Who was it that quit? And they had a term to fill.
Recently?
Linda Strong filled in.
Oh, that was when, wasn't it
Chesney?
Brent?
Yeah.
When he went to run for...
I volunteered to fill in for 4 months.
County court?
Yeah. His dream job. Well,
That's right. Your name was on the list, right? Because you wanted to be appointed. There were a lot of people that said they wanted to be appointed.
Well,
then it was time to run. Nobody signed up.
I wasn't going to run. I just wanted to do it for a couple of months because there's no way I could do it for a year.
Right, or two.
Or any longer than that. It was like 6 months, right? No, it was only 4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Somewhere in January to May.
But I do remember. About
I think
people signing up. And your name was on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Nobody voted for me.
Huh? Well, we do have, I think, special revenue fund, I guess, will be discussed.
Right, special revenue fund, which that includes the red light.
Yeah, for me, it's red light cameras and crime control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, crime control. And there was some conversation last week about supporting the chief with more officers through the crime control.
Yeah, did you see me doing backflips as I exited the council? Yeah,
I didn't read him
I was hoping that smile was
police academy thing, did I?
What was that?
I didn't read you the police academy. I think I got it on Wednesday of last week. I'm not sure. The lady said thanks for talking about the police academy. I never.
The Citizens Police Academy.
Yeah,
and
we did. We talked about that.
There was a 49th class.
Yep. And I think you said you were in the first class or something.
No, I was in. I think I was in 9.
Ouch!
Right.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
If Chris Hooper had his way, I would have been in 1.
Yeah.
Because he was the guy going around saying that he was going to turn me from the dark side.
Yeah. Wow.
That's because you never get to really express your opinion when you're playing music sung by men who wear makeup and women who stutter.
Huh. I wonder why that is.
Because you've got somebody walking in the door saying, "You play more music."
Right.
I don't have to worry about that now. Anyway, you've got some support there. You've got
big time support, and I can't tell you what that means to me personally and the PD, and more importantly, the city. What council directed staff to do is go back, look into the crime control fund, see if we can fund what amounts to be 11 more officers, 2 lieutenants, and 4 cars. One of the things that was important to me is that if you think back to 97 when crime control bought 50 officers, what they did not do was to provide the requisite supervision, and we feel that today. There are times when I don't have enough supervision in the field to supervise the officers that I have. One of the things, though, I'm really, really grateful for those additional officers, but we've got a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so our general fund will continue to pay for 372. Crime control will go up to 63 officers on our way to hopefully getting to the 451 that where we want to be, but that's still not enough. Our workload is increasing. Our demand on our services is increasing, and at some point we're going to have to think about growing the department beyond. It needs to be somewhere around 500 or so.
And so Jim, there was support
Yes.
across all the council for the directive to go back to staff and explore what it would look like to have add officers using the crime control district funds. And I think for a lot of us, and I can't speak for everyone because I didn't talk to everyone, but I did talk to a few of us, it was a start.
Yes.
We recognize that we need to build a sustainable program, and probably long-term the sustainable program will be for the police department to come out of the general fund.
Yeah.
That can't be today. But we do have a mechanism through the crime control district to at least start.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I was supportive of. I also asked about your manpower study.
Yes.
So I'm interested in seeing that because I do think, to your point, we are the department, and we've said it on the show that you've been asked to do more with taking on animal control and code enforcement, and now some of the homeless issues, and that we're emerging and exploring and starting to work on. So a lot more is being tasked by our police department, and so we do need to look at those adequate resources to make sure that we run a department, and always keeping in mind public safety, because people want to feel safe. At the bottom line, people want to feel safe, and so I think. Sorry, I know you love that word, safety. I know I've got to come up with another word for it.
But when you're talking, it's kind of where I live. It's
kind of worn out.
Yeah, I don't. I can't get around using that term.
He embodies safety, Jim. Come on.
I know he does. I have all the confidence in the world in the police department. News Radio 1360 KKTX. Your police chief is in the box, Chief Floyd Simpson. I was watching is his name Robertson, the guy in Ferguson, Missouri?
Yeah, the state trooper.
Right, state trooper. And he was directed to take control of the local police department. As chief, would you be insulted enough to say, I'll tell you what, you can have it all?
Yeah, you mean the Ferguson chief?
Yeah, the Ferguson.
Yeah,
well, I mean, could you imagine that happening to you?
No, the DPS or whoever coming into the city of Corpus Christi, taking over one of my events would be, that'd be hard for me to take.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's my ego or what it is, but
I know it's your job for crying out loud.
That would be tough.
And somebody that doesn't know you, doesn't know the community, is just going to come in and say, "Okay, I'm relieving you of your duties, and I'm going to take charge here," and then proceed to apologize for a guy who was trying his best not to become a statistic.
Yes, and without the full story being vetted yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so I think that I mentioned to you off mic, I don't mind saying on mic, I think that the Ferguson chief was probably too far on one side, and I think the gentleman who was the Missouri state trooper, who incidentally I'm told he was from that community, was probably too far the other way. You have to, as chief, maintain a certain neutrality, and you've got to deal with situations in that manner, regardless of what your personal opinions are. And so you'll never know if I'm a Democrat or Republican. You'll never know how I feel about particular issues because I have to police the community in a very neutral way. And I think that emotions got involved in it, and I think that to some degree, it went either too far left or right.
The Congressional Black Caucus wants President Obama to appoint another czar to oversee local law enforcement. I think there's another insult. I mean, you go back to the beer summit where the president called police stupid.
Yeah.
And here we go with, a bureaucrat.
Yeah.
And it's really dangerous for a bureaucrat to get their hands mixed up in the police business.
Yeah, it just feeds into the distrust that African-American community has for police, Now, I can't say that distrust was not well grounded, but over time, I think relationships have gotten better. Already thought we had a czar over, Department of Justice does a good job in meddling in my backyard fairly well. In fact, I'm under a consent decree right now for disparate treatment of a protected class, that class being female. And so they monitor us fairly well. I would rather see a czar over black-on-black crime. I know in my own hometown of Chicago, it happened when I was a teen. But, one of my best friends got killed. It's happening today. I spent a lot of time in Dallas, as you know. Black-on-black crime there is rampant. So maybe we need to get a czar for that and really deal with issues that happen hourly in our country, as opposed to, kind of. And that's not to say that this may turn out to be a bad thing. I don't know, because I don't know the details. But this is not to say that we ought not be concerned about this.
Well,
but there's day-to-day things that we ought to be concerned about too.
Ferguson, Attorney General Eric Holder also gave us this gem that the police force only had 3 African Americans on it, only 3. And when you leave the conversation there, you do not do anybody any justice.
Correct.
It didn't. I know for a fact that convicted drug dealers, convicted felons, have applied for the police department in Corpus Christi, and were surprised that they got turned down.
Well, not only they got turned down, they get arrested. You come and try to fill out a job application and you wind up getting arrested. Yeah, we're the police. And even the guy who's doing the paperwork processing your application, he's a cop.
He's a cop. Right.
And so when you come and you apply and you're wanted, then you're probably going to go to jail on the initial application because they check you right there.
Well, how is it that you guys in Corpus Christi got this thing about females in the department? And that was one of those things that the Justice Department just found that out. And here you have a whole police force with only 3 African Americans on it, and that escapes their notice.
Yeah, and I don't know if it escaped their notice or they didn't do anything about it. But you and I talked about this is just my opinion. I think that there was a lack of community engagement all the way up to this, and this was kind of a crescendo, if you will. And I think last week we talked about, can that happen here? Absolutely, it can. Mm-hmm. But I think that we have relationships within our community that, one, it won't be long-lasting, and 2, I think we can hit it off at the pass. I think that we can have conversations with our community leadership. We've got good relationships with the media. We've got great relationships with the community. I brag all the time. I've got 100% clearance rates on homicides. Our guys are good, but they get a lot of good information from the community. And so we've got to engage community. And I've been in that environment in Dallas where it's racially and very politically charged. I know how that feels. I don't feel that here. And so that's a positive for our community.
But, and this goes back to something I was talking about earlier about sending a message, all right? When you perpetrate this myth with your children that the police are bad guys and you need to run from them and you don't snitch and you don't have anything to do with cops, there is a lesson in child abuse that just gets pushed to the back of the stove.
Yes.
You are encouraging your child to put themselves in a very dangerous situation.
And you break down a lot of work that we've done engaging the community. If you ask any cop, one thing they hate worse, if they're on their way home and they stop off and get a loaf of bread and some kid is acting up in the store and the mom goes, "You better be good, I'm going to tell him on you." Yeah. That's the worst thing that you can do because that's where it starts. I'm the bad guy and I'm going to get you.
I saw a video the other day a guy was having himself a fit of road rage, and he's honking his horn and getting real close to the back end, and then he swerves around the driver and screeches to a stop, gets out of his car and comes back. Mm-hmm. The guy in the car that was videotaping it backed up, tried to avoid a confrontation. The guy runs to his vehicle and comes back with a pipe.
Oh, my God.
That's when the off-duty policeman got out of his vehicle with a pistol, and the guy couldn't get rid of that pipe fast enough. Please, officer, please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Gosh. News Radio 1360 KKTX. It's 8:35. City Councilwoman Lillian Riojas in the box. She's got to leave here in a minute.
I do. I've got a meeting. I got a meeting back at 9:00 at the office before I go to council. But something we were talking about, Jim, before you cut away to break, and the chief was talking about this, is about the police building relationships and having that community engagement on before events like Ferguson happened. And one of the things that Valero's been really proud of, a partnership we have, is with the Corpus Christi Police Athletic League. Yes. And it's been going on for more than a decade. And one of the things that the Police Athletic League does is take recreation and athletic activities as a way to get kids who maybe are in at-risk neighborhoods or are already engaging in at-risk behaviors and bring them into a positive environment where police officers are there, where, to your point, you can see them in a positive light and that they're not the bad guys. Yep. They're actually the good guys.
Well, you can see them in a normal light.
Right.
It's them being them, and they're all good guys.
Right.
Period.
And helping coach or mentor or, teach a kid how to throw a ball or teach a girl how to play volleyball. And so this is the Corpus Christi Police Athletic League, and Valero's been a big sponsor of theirs for, like I said, over a decade. And so one of the things that we do is we have an annual dove hunt. Actually, this is the 4th annual dove hunt, benefiting. All the funds go to Corpus Christi Police Athletic League. Last year, we raised over $101,000 for the organization. This year, our goal is to raise $121,000. And Patsy Benchoff she's the lady that makes this thing happen. And she has that goal, and I wouldn't be surprised if we exceed it this year. And so, Jim, the event is on October 4th at the Barry's Lonesome Dove Ranch. Starts at 10 o'clock. Food, skeet shoot, obviously dove hunting. And the police officers are there. And actually, the police chief has the cadets come out. Yep. And be a part of the event the day before and the day of. So, and again, we have people, we have a lot of the, some of the children that are actually in the CC PAL program come out as well. So, it is a very good event. And Valero wants to give you 2 tickets to make sure that you come out for the day.
Oh, cool.
And if you need a couple more, I think I can make that happen. But again, it's really it's a worthwhile thing to come out for. Tickets are $100. You can call Patsy Benchoff at 289-3104 if you're interested in being a part of this event. And so we're looking forward to it. I think the chief got dunked at the end of the day last year.
Yeah, so last year, so this is my 3rd one. Mm-hmm. And I was just awed by everyone is better. And last year we started this tradition that if we get over 100,000, the guy with the best body on the police department, Mr. Morris, jumps into the pool. And then I got roped into doing it myself. And so I imagine we'll do that again this year. But
I think so.
For the listeners, this is not kids just sucking you dry. One of the things we've incorporated is that kids who benefit come and work. Mm-hmm. They're picking up shells. They're policing the place. You get to interact with these kids. And if you see and they tell you their story and how this program impacts them, you can't help but get involved with what's going on. And I got to tell you, without Valero, this wouldn't happen. They're our total budget. And so that $120,000 all goes to fund PAL activities. And other than in-kind stuff like paying police officer salaries to do some things with PAL, that's all I get. And so publicly, thank you, Lillian and Valero and all those guys that work hard. I've never seen a meeting go down like the like the dove hunt meeting, and it's strictly business. So you go in, here's what we have to do. Then you get a guy like David Ainsworth who says, "Oh, we're short 20,000. Boom, we got it." And
he makes it happen.
It's, and he's just one of many, and it's just an amazing thing for me to see, because I'm used to grinding out decisions and trying to get my unfair share of a municipal budget, and then you get guys like that to just come in and go, "What do you need?" and mean it, and it just works. So it's heartwarming for me.
It's a great city, and it's made up of a lot of people like David Ainsworth.
Yes,
the people at Valero, and the police officers that help with this Corpus Christi Police Athletic League.
Yes,
you'd be surprised how much off time they donate to do this. The number for tickets?
Patsy Benchoff, you can call her for tickets or sponsorships, 289-3104. The date is Saturday, October 4th. It starts at 10 o'clock. It's at the Barry Lonesome Dove Ranch, and so it's a great way to spend the day. It's a beautiful backdrop, and there will be a lot of people there. And again, it's for a great cause. And Valero's glad to partner with Corpus Christi Police Athletic League. And Chief, we really appreciate your involvement and your leadership with that program.
How can you not?
I told you. I told you on your first visit that ranch was going to be something. You're just going to go, holy mackerel! I had no idea.
It blows you away, and this Miss Barry comes out and embarrasses everybody and shoots lights out.
World class.
Yeah, yeah.
First time I met Miss Barry, she was. We were at an Aggie. We were in that Aggie thing at the Lonesome Dove Ranch.
Oh, okay.
And she was. I had no idea who she was. I was sitting right beside her. And she said, "Are you going to shoot?" I said, "Probably not. It's been a while since I've shot." She said, "Don't be embarrassed. Just shoot. Doesn't matter." I left my handgun at home today.
No problem.
I went, really? And I saw a picture of her later. She's got it strapped.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty neat.
It is neat.
Anyway, thank you, Lillian.
No, thank you, Jim.
Good luck.
We'll see you soon, and I guess next time I'm going to see you with the kilt on, right?
Yes.
All right. All right.
I got that video.
I'm doing that.
All right.
All right, thank you.
We'll bring our money.
All right. That I really appreciate. 560-5589, 560-KKTX. You've got promotions coming up. Did you say you're promoting because of the?
No, we had promotions. We did 2 captains, and we did, I want to say, 8 or 9 senior officers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we've already had those promotions. Yeah.
How long ago?
This was probably a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
So who made captain?
Yeah, we had Alvarado and James McCarty. Yeah.
I'm trying to.
McCarty's a tall guy.
Tall guy?
Yes.
Okay.
And they've both been on the department for a significant period of time. I know McCarty had worked, I think, over in Portland for a while. So he's a veteran, probably a 20-year man or more. And Alvarado has, at least 15 or so years. So veteran guys, good guys that are going to go out and do a fabulous job for the city.
I was at a neighborhood watch meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It's been some time ago, but ours is still active. We still get emails.
Yeah.
But people have not much of an understanding what district they're in.
Sure. You mean the police districts? Adam, Delta, Bravo.
Yeah,
yes, Charlie.
In which you reside.
Yes.
There's a breakdown of that on the police website, isn't
there?
Yeah,
go to our website. There's a map of the city, and it breaks down the districts. And you can figure out where you live on the map, and it'll tell you actually what reporting area you're in, what beat you live on, as well as what district you live in.
I we had an occasion to call the police. I don't know. It's been a month ago, and I see the guys patrolling, and I'm pretty familiar with their faces. But we had guys show up that I'd never seen before.
Yeah, the department is turning over. It's getting younger.
Is it?
Yeah, and virtually every captain that I have now are promoted. All of the lieutenants are turning, and they're becoming younger, and we're having an academy class. I know at least one a year, and there was a year we had two.
Well, I was reminded of that when I saw one of the cadets. I spoke at one of the academy classes.
Yes.
And I said, "Oh, man, it's been a long time since I've seen you." He said, "Yeah, it's really been a long time." I said, "Well, you just got out of the academy, what, a year and a half ago?" It's 5 years ago, Mr. Lago. Yeah. All right, let me get to this phone call. Rudy, good morning. Welcome to Lago in the Morning.
Morning, guys. Hey,
buddy.
I want to give kudos to the chief there. I think I sent you a picture. There was a guy practicing open carry on Saturday in the corner of Saratoga and Staples. Did you hear about it, Chief?
Yeah, Saratoga and Staples.
Yeah.
Was he the guy walking a little beagle dog?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the police officer did approach him, and it was they didn't get hostile. They didn't get excited.
Yes.
They spoke to him, and I literally heard him tell him, "Have a nice day," and they took off.
Yes. Yeah, I think there are a certain group here that believes we'll get excited by that, but we don't. And, we come to work every day protecting people's constitutional rights, and we'll continue to do that.
Well, that's awesome to hear, Chief.
Yes.
You have a great day.
Thank you.
As opposed to California, where a SWAT team was called out, and I'm going to post this picture pretty soon. The SWAT team surrounded a guy who was carrying an umbrella. An umbrella. I just want to say that again, just for only in California could you mistake an umbrella for, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, right?
An umbrella.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had I swear to you, there's like 4 guys on the right and 4 or so on the left. They had the guy surrounded.
Wow.
And there's a guy in camo shorts pointing an AR-15, which I assume is an automatic. A real automatic.
Gosh.
And at one of his brethren's backs. And there's another guy in a red T-shirt that's pointing his weapon God knows where.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
It is really, really strange. I mean, you can't make that kind of stuff up.
Gosh.
It's Lago in the Morning. News Radio 1360 KKTX. My thanks to Lillian Riojas and Councilwoman Colleen McIntyre for being with us this morning. Chief Simpson is in the box. And here is, I was trying to think of this earlier. There was a chase. You want to take it from there?
Yeah.
We got the video on that. Are you going to post that? Oh, okay.
Yeah. This weekend, and thanks for giving me this opportunity to publicly commend my officers for some very professional conduct. So we respond to this call for service, and it involved basically what turned out to be a love triangle. So, one guy shoots another guy, and there's a woman involved, and she gets shot. So our guys are out investigating. They develop preliminary information on suspect and a suspect vehicle. Lo and behold, they see the suspect vehicle driving by. So they give chase, and it's on. So this chase was unusual because it lasted probably just under an hour, maybe right at an hour, and it went all the way down south of Kingsville. And so it involved CCPD, DPS, some county sheriffs, Border Patrol. Yeah, and so, we're chasing this guy all the way down. I think it wound up on Highway 77. And he finally bails out in one of the big fields out there, and gets into this thick brush out there, and we lose him. But we weren't too concerned because there's nowhere to go out there. And either you're going to die or you're going to call somebody for some help. And he did the latter, so he called the police. Oh. And they came out, Border Patrol did, picked him up, and turned him back over to us. But I sent Sam the video because, that is how a police chase ought to be conducted. And there are times when we should chase because, I think that's probably one of the most dangerous things we do. And I've been on the show before saying there's one of the things we can't, predict the outcome. We don't have any control of the outcome. But those officers, when I looked at the various videos there, they did a fabulous job in conducting that chase. Yeah. Yeah. It was something to behold.
Again, teaching. How old was this guy?
Yeah, I want to say mid-20s, I guess.
Again, teaching your children that it's always a good idea to stop and talk to the police.
Or call them. He learned the part, call when you're in trouble.
Yeah, call when you're in trouble. After you have tried everybody's patience for over an hour.
Yeah.
You think you're going to have to start getting permissions? I'm looking for the day here with some of the comments at caller.com about when some knucklehead gets shot for making a threatening move toward a police officer. They just had one over here in San Patricio County.
Yes.
That police officers are no longer be able to carry guns.
Yeah.
Do you think that is...
That police officers won't carry guns?
Mm-hmm. In the foreseeable future?
No.
As much as you've seen the gun control movement...
Yeah.
It seems to me it's going to be a whole lot easier disarming the police departments than it is the American public. If you're going to start someplace, you complain enough about...
Yeah, I can't... That doesn't even compute.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Yes.
I was talking with this Seaton on Monday morning. He didn't believe it either. I'm telling you. You got a dance coach who loses her job because somebody brought a cap pistol to school and terrified girls in high school have to have counseling. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
All right.